You know what? Before I rant and yell, let's get the good stuff about this game out of the way. Jakub Vrana scored, and it was very enjoyable because I forgot how easy it is for that guy to generate a goal. It's fun to watch him play. That's the only good thing. First, let's go with, from smaller bad things that just made this frustrating to the most frustrating parts of this game. Start with the small little frustrating things. One, ESPN. You have other freaking ESPN Hockey Night broadcasters. Why are the Red Wings always stuck with those two? Those two broadcasters suck. They are not good. And I'm hesitant to say anything on the one woman because I know that if I say anything, people are going to say that it's just because she's a woman. And it's just because her voice is a little high-pitched. No, that is not why. It is the tone of her voice. It's like she's yelling the game at you. And I don't understand that because I'm pretty sure they have the headsets where it's like it covers your ears and the microphone's here and it connects there. I've worn those a lot. What you hear on that broadcast, like on your TV set, the audio you hear on your TV is what the broadcasters hear on those headphones. So it's not like she's yelling because the arena is a bit loud, because she's hearing exactly what you're hearing. So I don't know why she's yelling like that and like projecting her voice. And maybe part of it is the ESPN broadcasting's fault, because usually you have this like sound box that you can turn people's volumes up and down on. And they should have turned hers down, but I guess they didn't want to or whatever. But yeah, that was just a really frustrating small part of this game. What was another frustrating one? I mean, that's a really only small one. Everything else is kind of big. The refs, they sucked. And I'm not saying we lost this game because of the refs. They just sucked really bad. First, you had the blatant, obvious, like so clear as day slashing on Gustav Lidstrom. He gets his stick slashed right out of his hands. He's holding it, and then the next second, some freaking Coyote player swings his stick around and just slashes it out of Gustav Lidstrom's hands. And what repercussions happen to the Coyotes? They get a goal. They get a goal for slashing. Not the Red Wings get a power play and get a chance to score a goal. They get a goal. Because Gustav, after he gets it slashed out of his hands, he kind of looks to the bench like, am I supposed to skate over there to get a stick? Not noticing that the puck has gone to the other side, and he should turn around and help Nedeljkovic cover the other side and cover that zone. And he doesn't go cover, and because he doesn't go cover, he gets there a step too late, and the Coyotes are able to poke the puck in the goal. The one with Seider, that was so stupid. I saw some people saying that when Seider hit him, that he used his elbow. That was just because Seider's freaking 6'4", and on skates he's like 6'7", 6'8". Shouldn't penalize a guy just for being big. And then the Coyotes were just mad because Moritz Seider is effortlessly just throwing them around. He's throwing them around like ragdolls. He's throwing the whole NHL around like ragdolls. And they just get mad about it. But the thing that makes it even funnier is that one of the Coyote players reaches from behind Moritz and puts him in a chokehold. Like, you aren't man enough just to stand in front of him and drop your gloves. You can't just stand in front of him, square up, face to face, look him in the eyes, drop the gloves, and go. You have to come from behind like a little bitch. You have to come from behind and put him in a chokehold. That's soft. That's just soft. That's a whole nother level of just being scared to actually face Moritz Seider. And the only reason you're even mad at him in the first place is because he's punking your whole team. He's a 20-year-old rookie punking your whole team. He owns you. You are his kids now. You live at his house, he feeds you meals, and he pays your bills. Because he is your dad now, he owns you, and you just gotta live with that. You just gotta live with it. I know, it's probably tough to live with, but it's what every other NHL player is living with right now, because he's basically done it to everyone. So stop getting mad about it, and just get better. Get in the weight room, put some weight on. I know it's hard, I'm trying to do the same thing, but you guys are NHL players. You shouldn't just get mad because the guy is big and throwing people around. And then the more frustrating part about it was he got 2 penalties for it. While the Coyotes, they got a power play. When they got just as involved in a fight and actually started the fight. But Maurice, he gets 2 minutes for roughing and a 4-minute minor. Whereas the Coyotes have one player who gets 2 minutes for roughing, I think. It was only a 2-minute... Oh, wait, no. It was a 4-minute minor. Something doesn't add up here. Why are the team that started the fight, they get the power play. And it wasn't even really a fight. They didn't even drop the gloves. It was just some pushing and shoving. Why are they... This is so stupid. I mean... And then, the goalies. I'm not even gonna get super mad to the goalies themselves. Because yes, Nedeljkovic, he was terrible. Greiss, he was terrible. But the defense was terrible too. But they were both terrible. And that is true. And I know, like, once the Coyotes just started piling on the goals, it's quicksand. You're trying everything you can. You're moving around, you're flailing, but you're just going deeper and deeper. And mentally, that's a really tough hole to get out of. Quicksand is one of the hardest things in sports. But Blashill. Most coaches would pull the goalie after 5, 6, 7 goals are let in. You pull Nedeljkovic after he lets up 4. 4 is still easily manageable. Usually it's once you cross the threshold of 5, they get pulled. 4 is manageable. But Blashill, in his ever-divine wisdom, pulls Nedeljkovic, puts Greiss in. Greiss gives up 2 goals in about 2 seconds. And then he puts Nedeljkovic right back on the ice after. Good job, Blashill, because this is like the second time in the last 4 games. I'm pretty sure he did this in the Avalanche game too, or something like that. Or wait, no, it was the Leafs game. He pulled Nedeljkovic, put Greiss in, pulled Greiss, and put Nedeljkovic back in. Do you comprehend what you do to these goalies mentally when you pull them once? When you pull them once, there's a good reason that they usually never come back in the game. Because it is tough to mentally recover from that and get back and locked in and focused. And then you put Nedeljkovic back in. Now, Greiss, maybe he can handle it. He's like 33 years old. He's played in the NHL for like 10 years or more now. He can handle it a bit more. Nedeljkovic has played in the NHL for like 2 years. He's a young guy. You're messing with his mental state in a way that may not be able to be fixed in a few years. He's already having a tough time after the All-Star break. And then you doing stuff like this, it just makes it worse for the guy. that. It's the constant line changing. You had gold with Bertuzzi and Fabry, and then you separate that. Why not just put Verona at the top line? Or if you have to move someone from the Guelph line, why not move Suter? Because Bertuzzi and Fabry have the best connection out of the three of them. So why not move Suter up and put Verona on the second line where Suter goes? Wouldn't that make more sense? You saw on the power play when Bertuzzi and Fabry were together, that was the one of our two goals. It was Bertuzzi to Fabry, and then Verona scoring. Bertuzzi and Fabry found a way to frickin' score even after you take them off the regular line. They do it in a power play. The universe is giving Blashill signs that he needs to keep Bertuzzi and Fabry. Fabry and Bertuzzi, you keep them together, they score goals. But no, Blashill, in his ever divine, ever priestly wisdom, his otherworldly hockey smarts, his hockey IQ that rivals that of Gordie Howe, Steve Yzerman, and Wayne Gretzky put together, his ever divine wisdom comes up with this. All this train wreck of a game. This is what he comes up with. I've been off and on the Fire Blashill train for the whole season because he'll look good and then he'll look bad and then he'll look good and then he'll look bad. But this is horrible. This is the worst it's been in a while. This was a team that was competing for a playoff spot, and then they lose by 7 goals to the Coyotes, the team with the second worst goal differential in the NHL. You lose to that by 7 goals after one of their best players leaves the game. He didn't even play. He played for like a minute. And then he's gone. And you still lose. How? Explain, please. Blashill, I want to hear what you have to say in this press conference after this horrendous train wreck of a game that I haven't seen since the toilet years in like 2019. When do we get Sebastian Cossa? When do we get Simon Edvinsson? When do we get Elmer Soderblom? When do we get frickin' Jonathan Berggren? When do we get like the 50,000 Swedes that we drafted? I'd like to see Redmond Savage too. He's got a cool name. And Keenan Draper, Chris's son. That'd be kind of cool. I have freaking bags under my eyes from watching this game. All of this combined to give us probably the worst game of the year. All of that. I'll see you guys next time. Freaking hat tip to you guys if you watch this one. I'm gonna do like meth somewhere. I don't know. I'm gonna find a place. Oh my goodness, this was horrible.
Just got unlucky on a few plays tonight, you know. One of those plays, I thought he was standing still, but he just hit the shit out of that one guy, and the guy went flying. They blew the whistle, and they called it on him.